Tarikh. Persidangan mahkamah pada hari ini dijalankan secara sidang video atas persetujuan semua pihak. Hakim yang bersidang pada hari ini adalah Ayah Ahli Hakim Datuk Noorin Binti Badaruddin. Petisyen untuk Permohonan Masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Pempetisyen pertama WA-18-1001-09/2021 Elishatan Kaizwan.
Tinggi Arif. Nama saya Jeremy Pang, Peguam pengusul yang mewakili Pempetisyen pertama Elijah Tan Kuai Zuan pada hari ini. Bersama dengan saya adalah rakan-rakan bijaksana saya, Cik Nailah Hani Binti Jamsul Bahari yang mewakili Yang Berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia. Cik Surita Malar, anak perempuan Chandra Sikaram yang mewakili pihak Majlis Peguam Malaysia, dan Encik Wira Prima Manda yang mewakili pihak Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur.
Benar ya Arif.
Izin Yang Arif, saya dengan ready memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujaan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Silakan.
Yang Arif, may I introduce the petitioner Elijah Tan Kuan Zuan. The petitioner was born on 28 January 1998 in Kota Baru, Kelantan, and is the only child of Mr. Tan Chin Kun and Mrs. Lim Peng Yok. The petitioner had his early education in SJKC Chonghua before continuing his secondary education in SMJK Chonghua in Kota Baru, Kelantan. The petitioner then continued pursuing his studies in Kelantan Metropolitan College. The petitioner was then granted an offer to pursue his degree in medicine by the University of Malaya, and at the same time a scholarship by Yayasan Telekom Malaysia to pursue a legal degree in Multimedia University. Faced with two choices, the petitioner rejected the offer from University of Malaya and went to read law at Multimedia University, as he was very passionate about law and very interested on its impact on our daily lives. The petitioner eventually graduated with first-class honors from Multimedia University. Upon completing his studies, the petitioner commenced his pupillage with Mrs. Chong plus Keng Ho under the tutelage of Mr. Chan Keng Ho, where he was exposed to the areas of construction law and corporate disputes. On this day, the petitioner wishes to take this opportunity to express his utmost gratitude to his family, especially to his parents, for their unwavering support and encouragement, without which he would not have been able to achieve any of the milestones in his life. No words can express how thankful the petitioner is to his parents and for their love and sacrifice. The petitioner would also like to thank Tham Sui Yin for being by his side during these difficult times. He is thankful to her for her constant support and encouragement whenever he faces challenges in life. The petitioner would like to thank his pupil master, Mr. Chan Keng Ho, for providing him with opportunities and guidance throughout his pupillage, and enabling him to see the great art of advocacy and the pursuit of life. The petitioner is also grateful to all his colleagues at his firm and the insights and guidance given to him when he faces difficulties at work. He would also like to thank them for sharing their valuable experience with him. The petitioner would like to specifically thank all his close friends, seniors, and the many kind-hearted people who have helped him in his journey to become a lawyer. Yang harus saya percaya Pempetisyen adalah seorang yang layak dan sepatutnya diterima masuk dan didaftarkan sebagai seorang peguam bela dan peguam cara Mahkamah Tinggi Kuala. Saya percaya kertas kuasa yang difahamkan oleh Pempetisyen adalah sempurna dan teratur dan tiada bantahan daripada rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili badan-badan yang berkenaan. Maka saya dengan rendah diri mengusul mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk menerima masuk dan mendaftarkan Pempetisyen Elijah Tan Kuai Zuan sebagai seorang peguam bela dan peguam cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Peguam Negara tak ada bantahan Yang Arif.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tidak ada sebarang bantahan.
Dengan izin Arif, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur juga tiada bantahan.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Elisha Tan Kai Zuan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Elisha Tan Kai Zuan dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Masuk Yang Arif. Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk pempetisyen menjubahkan diri sendiri.
Persilakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Congratulations, Mr. Tan, and thank you, Mr. Jeremy Pang.
Masuk Vice Malam.
Petition kedua WA-953-09/2021 Ganjinru.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Ganjinru, Pempetisyen kedua.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Colin Pereira dan saya adalah Peguam Pengusul yang mewakili Pempetisyen kedua Ganjinru pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili Yang Berhormat Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur telah pun diperkenalkan. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujuan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Persilakan.
Much obliged, my lady. Yang Arif, may I introduce the petitioner, Ganjinru. The petitioner read law at King's College London and graduated with a second-class upper division. Whilst at King's College, he formed friendships with students within the law faculty as well as across other disciplines, several of whom are practicing solicitors or barristers in foreign jurisdictions. They were a source of great inspiration to the petitioner. It continues to be so until this day. The petitioner then pursued his CLP studies in 2019 and passed the examinations, which were eventually held in 2021, a challenge whose difficulty was compounded by the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, which brought disruption to many facets of our lives. Thereafter, the petitioner commenced his pupillage in Mrs. Zain & Co. under my learned friend, Binti Zainal Azlan Abdul Qadir. Today, the petitioner wishes to take this opportunity to thank his parents for their patience during university and beyond as he explored various career options, and for their unreserved support when he decided to embark on this journey, the journey of qualification in the legal profession. He would also like to thank them for their care and guidance, all of which has helped shape him into the person he is today. The petitioner would like to thank his pupil master, Inje Zainal Azlan Abdul Qadir, as well as the other partners at Zain & Co. for providing guidance and opportunities throughout his pupillage to the experience engaging legal work across litigation, real estate, and corporate practice areas. The petitioner would also like to thank all of his lecturers at King's College London and Brickfields Asia College for instilling his interest in the law. The petitioner would also like to extend his thanks to all his friends, who have inspired and supported him on his journey, no matter how far across the world they may be. The petitioner would also like to take special note to his fellow pupils at Zain & Co., who not only were extremely reliable colleagues, but also good friends, which the petitioner considers himself lucky to have. Ya Garif, saya percaya bahawa surat cara pempetition adalah teratur dan beliau adalah berlayak untuk diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai seorang peguam bela dan peguam cara. Saya juga percaya bahawa pihak rakan-rakan bijaksana saya daripada yang mewakili yang berhormat Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tidak mempunyai apa-apa bantahan terhadap petisyen ini. Oleh sedemikian, Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah hatinya memohon agar pihak pempetisyen diterima masuk dan didaftarkan sebagai seorang peguam bela dan peguam cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaysia.
Izin Yang Arif, Peguam Negara tak ada bantahan Yang Arif.
Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tidak ada sebarang bantahan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur juga tiada bantahan.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Gan Jing Ru sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Gan Jing Ru dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran untuk pihak pempetisyen menjubahkan diri sendiri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Yang Arif.
Congratulations, Mr. Gan, and thank you, Mr. Pereira.
More obliged, my lady.
Pempetisyen ketiga WA-18-969-09/2021 Tanzini.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Tanzini, pempetisyen ketiga.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya, Nimalan anak lelaki Devaraja, adalah peguam pengusul bagi pihak pempetisyen ketiga pada hari ini, Tanzini. Bersama-sama saya adalah rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili pihak yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jabatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah diperkenalkan sebentar tadi. Saya memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dipersilakan.
Thank you, my lady. My lady, in 1997, the petitioner, Miss Tanzini, was born in the Pearl of the Orient as the youngest child of Mr. Tan Jin Hui and Miss Teo Ai Ling. She has one older brother, Mr. Tan Zhao Chin. As she explored the world during her formative years, the petitioner also enhanced the imagination by developing a strong interest in the written word. Her favorite books growing up were the Harry Potter and Ma Xiao Tiao series. Both series share similarities of heartwarming stories of a young boy exploring the developing relationships of family and love and the psychologies of people raised in different social contexts. It is therefore of no surprise that the impetus for the petitioner to read law and even her choice of university came from diving into the world of books. As Oprah Winfrey once said, "Books were my path to personal freedom. I learned to read at the age of 3 and soon discovered that there was a whole world to conquer that went beyond our farm in Mississippi." When inquired as to the book that inspired the petitioner to read law, she replied that it was the book My Sister's Keeper. There, the main character, Anna, was a genetically engineered baby designed to produce a matching bone marrow for her sister Kate, who had leukemia. Anna was subsequently pressured to donate a kidney to her sister. The story provoked, to the petitioner, serious ethical and legal debates, raising controversial questions such as whether it was morally correct to save someone's life at the expense of another. The desire to understand and possibly find solutions to these dilemmas and similar subjects prompted the petitioner to read law at an undergraduate level. While Jodie Picoult no doubt inspired the petitioner's keenness to learn the methodologies of analyzing problems from a legal standpoint, this was not the only driving force for the petitioner. She also felt, accurately, that a law degree would be a useful and versatile degree as students of the art are trained to think critically and logically, a set of skills that would be applicable to the petitioner no matter where the field she may choose to embark. Having decided to pursue law, the petitioner next had to decide the part of the world she wished to conquer outside her hometown of Penang. No doubt, influenced by her years of reading Harry Potter, the petitioner decided that she wished to experience life in the city that brought us, Diagon Alley. As such, it was a natural desire that she chose to read law at the London School of Economics and Political Science. The petitioner combined years of hard work while engaging in many interesting activities and events, always available around the corner in London, and enjoying the ease of the travel routes through the vast continent of Europe. She mixed her time there, attending high-quality lectures, organizing various activities with student societies, and volunteering at Smart Works London, an organization that helps women gain employment through the provision of coaching services and interview apparel. After years of hard work, the petitioner graduated from law school in 2020 and subsequently went on to complete the Bar Vocational Studies at City University of London with distinction. Come the end of her 4 years, the petitioner was equipped not only with the necessary qualifications, but also a fair amount of interest in commercial law. It is therefore of no surprise that the petitioner decided to undertake her pupillage at Rahmat Lim and Partners, a firm highly reputable in the areas of corporate and finance. At Rahmat Lim and Partners, the petitioner had the good fortune of being placed under the tutelage of my learned friend, Mr. Wan Kai Chi, in the Financial Services Department. I'm informed by the petitioner, and this comes as no surprise to me from my personal interactions with him, that Kai Chi has been a great mentor with a lot of patience. On top of the technical and legal knowledge, the biggest takeaway the petitioner gained from working with him was appreciating the importance of understanding the purpose of carrying out certain steps in order to complete the work and the reason for doing it in a particular way. This was to make sure that the work being delivered matches the client's needs and to improve efficiency. The petitioner also learned a great deal from Kai Chi on time management, particularly on how to rationalize priorities, which is very effective in meeting deadlines. Over and above this, I am sure that the petitioner must have been blessed with the opportunity to swap stories and tales with Kai Chi about life in London, as Kai Chi himself read law just across the road from LSE at King's College London, similar to both myself and the petitioner, second petitioner today. Having completed her pupillage, I understand that the petitioner will begin her journey in the Malaysian bar, continuing to work with, learn from, and share stories with Kai Chi at Rahmat Lim and Partners. Standing before this court virtually today, the petitioner would like to express her heartfelt gratitude to the people who have played an instrumental role in every step of her journey. The petitioner would especially like to thank her family members for their unconditional support and love throughout the years. The petitioner is extremely grateful for her parents for their sacrifices so that she and her brother could live comfortably and pursue their own dreams. The petitioner would also like to thank her brother for his great companionship since young. The petitioner owes all her past, current, and future successes to her family members. Secondly, her pupil master, Mr. Wan Kai Chi, for his continuing mentorship. The petitioner wants to thank him for every opportunity that he has given to her to learn the ropes of this noble profession. The petitioner appreciates his patience, kindness, and dedication in making sure that she's always guided towards the correct direction. The petitioner would also like to thank Ms. Tan Yan Yan and all the other partners, associates, and secretaries at the firm for their care and guidance throughout her journey as a pupil. Thirdly, the petitioner would like to thank her fellow colleagues at Rahmat Lim and Partners, particularly Azima, Amelia, Felicia, Elaine, and Ian, for always being there to lend their assistance and advice whenever the petitioner needed them. Likewise, The petitioner would also like to thank her many other fellow pupils and colleagues whom the petitioner is lucky enough to call friends for the good memories, joy, and friendship. The petitioner appreciates that it's not possible to name every single person who has shown her kindness during her time at the firm, but extends her gratitude to them nonetheless. Fourthly, the petitioner thanks her confidant and her source of aspiration, Mr. Ricky Uy, for his care and companionship and for constantly showing faith in her. Come good and difficult times, the petitioner knows that she could always count on him. The petitioner cannot thank him enough for this. Lastly, the petitioner wishes to thank her teachers, friends, classmates, grandparents, extended family members, and everyone else who has been there for her at any point in time of her life, leading up to the completion of this challenging yet wonderful part. My lady, the petitioner stands before this court today celebrating an important milestone in her life. The journey would always be a cherished memory that she holds dear. The petitioner believes that today merely marks the beginning of a lifelong adventure and is excited to embrace whatever the future holds for her. I end my submission, my lady, with a quote from J.K. Rowling, who said, "Wherever I am, if I've got a book with me, I've got a place I can go and be happy." I am glad that the petitioner has a love for books because, as experience tells us, your journey in the Malaysian bar will always be filled with books. Yang Arif, saya percaya bahawa surat cara Pempetisyen adalah lengkap dan teratur. Saya difahamkan bahawa rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili baran-baran berkenaan tidak mempunyai apa-apa bantahan terhadap petisyen ini. Saya juga sesungguhnya percaya bahawa Pempetisyen adalah seorang yang berkelayakan menurut Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976 dan bahawa rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili semua badan yang berkenaan tidak mempunyai sebarang bantahan. Oleh yang demikian, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kepada Mahkamah yang Mulia ini supaya perintah agar Pempetisyen Tan Zini dapat diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Peguam Negara Kedapatan Yang Arif.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tidak ada sebarang bantahan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya mengesahkan kata-kata Peguam Konsul bahawa jawatan kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur juga tiada bantahan.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Tan Zini sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Tan Zini dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon agar pihak Pempetisyen Tan Zini dibenarkan untuk menjubahkan diri sendiri.
Dipersilakan. Congratulations, Ms. Tan, and thank you, Mr. Nimala Nevaraja.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Petisyen keempat WA-18-1071-09/2021 Ho Yu Wei.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Ho Yu Wei, Pempetisyen keempat.
Yes.
Dengan izin Yang Arif,
Saya Chong Suyin hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Ho Yue pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan dalam bahasa English.
Dipersilakan.
I'm much obliged, my lady. May it please, my lady, if I may introduce the petitioner. The petitioner was born in the Queen Town in the East Coast region, Kuantan, and he is the eldest child of Mr. Ho Pang Yi and Madam Heng Chu Tiang. The petitioner read law in the University Utara Malaysia, graduating with first-class honours in June 2021. He then had the honour of undergoing his tutelage under the tutelage of Mr. Rajesh Kumar Sharma of Messrs. Vignaraj, Adi Ratnam, Rajesh Kumar and Associates. During his pupillage, the petitioner was exposed to the legal intricacies of civil litigation, closely guided by his master, who monitors his professional development. On this day of admission, the petitioner would like to express his utmost gratitude to his family. He would like to thank his mother for always being there during his ups and downs and to see him through his struggles. The petitioner would like to record his appreciation to his father for his unwavering support, and to his maternal grandmother. He is eternally grateful to her for raising him into a fine adult. No words can express how thankful he is for their endless love and support, and to ensure that petitioner is who he is today. The petitioner would love for his late paternal grandmother to be here today witnessing his admission. He would have made her proud. The petitioner would like to thank his pupil master, Mr. Rajesh Kumar, for the trust, guidance, and opportunities given to him throughout his pupillage and the time at the firm. The petitioner specifically recalls his pupil master had demanded 3 characteristics in the petitioner, which are responsible, dedication, and honesty. The petitioner sees him fit for the challenge, and hence he began his pupillage under the tutelage of his pupil master. The petitioner is grateful to Mr. Rajesh Kumar for accepting the petitioner as his pupil and giving him the exposure to work with few of the great minds in the legal profession, such as Mr. Amrit Singh, Mr. Ng Jun Wei, and Ms. Ju Jia Ying. The petitioner hopes that he can attain the great heights they have achieved in the near future. The petitioner would also like to thank everyone in the firm, especially the partners of the firm along with the administrative staff, for their guidance throughout his journey for the person he is today. The petitioner would like to extend his gratitude to his support system coming from his friends, from secondary school, university, work, MLL, LSLG, his Chinese gang, the Malay gang, his mooting peers, and his pupil mates for their constant support. The petitioner would like to end this speech with the words that kept him going all these years. The petitioner is driven by the quote of, "When the going gets tough, the tough gets going." It was not an easy ride. There were ample difficulties and obstacles on the journey, but these had shaped the petitioner into a stronger person. To everyone past and present at the future, the petitioner thanks each and every one for the interesting ride. My lady, I believe the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honourable court. I believe all the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from the Attorney General Chambers, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee respectively have no objection to this motion. I humbly move this honourable court to admit and enroll the petitioner, Ho Yu Wei, as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya, my lady.
Yang izin Yang Arif, Peguam Negara tak ada bantahan Yang Arif.
Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tidak ada sebarang bantahan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur juga tiada bantahan.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Ho Yu Wei sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya, dan juga memerintahkan nama Ho Yu Wei dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Much obliged, my lady. My lady, saya memohon Pempetisyen Ho Yu Wei untuk menjumpakan diri sendiri, Yang Arif.
Dipersilakan.
Much obliged, my lady.
Congratulations, Mr. Ho, and thank you, Ms. Cheong.
Much obliged, my lady.
My lady.
Pempetisyen kelima WA-18-1093-09/2021 Jacqueline Yong Suk K.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Jacqueline Yong Suk K, Pempetisyen kelima.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Muhammad Farizal Farhan bin Abdul Ghaffar hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen kelima, Jacqueline Yong Suk K pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah diperkenalkan sebelum ini. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya membuka ucapan hari ini dengan beberapa rangkap pantun. Terketar-ketar saya membaca, itulah perasaan hari pertama. Hujahan di hadapan mahkamah yang mulia bersama rakan-rakan saya yang bijaksana. Kuih koci, tepung pelita, nasi lemak, roti canai pun ada. Hari ini hari gembira untuk Pempetisyen yang kelima. Burung serindit terbang melayang, terhenti hinggap di ranting mati. Jacqueline ini Yang Arif, bukan sebarang orang. Bijak dan petah, berbudi pekerti. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon untuk meneruskan ucapan ini dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dipersilakan Cik Muhammad Farizal.
Terima kasih. Yang Arif, I am pleased to introduce the petitioner Jacqueline Yong Suk K. The petitioner was born on 11th April 1998. She was born to loving parents Mr. Yong Chen Kong and Mr. Margaret Wong. She also has two sisters, Rachel and Ashley. The petitioner read law at Multimedia University Malacca and graduated in July 2021. She then commenced her pupillage at Messrs. Shuklin and Bob in the chambers of her pupil master, my learned friend, my senior, my father figure, Mr. Romesh Abraham, whom the petitioner will always be grateful for his abundant guidance and clever advice. The petitioner is also grateful for the support and encouragement given to her by her partners and associates at Shuklin and Bob, including Gavin, Yi Huan, Samuela, Julian, Ani, Dan, and Peter. She is especially grateful for Alicia, her beacon of inspiration, for guiding and teaching the petitioner from her I don't understand anything days to her I understand something days. She also thanks Alicia for being there to listen and to support the petitioner whenever she needed the most. The petitioner would also like to thank all her pupil mates, or better known as her floras, for going through these 9 months together. Yang Arif, the petitioner would like to express her heartfelt gratitude to a select few in her life, without whom she would not have been able to stand before the Yang Arif today. To her parents, she thanks them for their wise guidance and unending love in raising her. They have taught the petitioner to always be kind and humble in everything she does. She dedicates this milestone to all her success to them. To her two favorite and only sisters, she thanks them for their company, love, and clothes. She dedicates to her sisters all the days she walked into office feeling confident in their dresses. To her high school headmaster, Mr. Tay, and disciplinary teacher, Ms. Lau, the petitioner wants you to know that much of her success today started with you and your constant encouragement. She thanks you for being a great teacher and friend to her. To her pupil mates, Min Yongzi, and Charlene, she thanks them for being the very reason she finds joy going to the office every day. She will reminisce all the tears and good times they shared together. To her university friends, Lam, Vinny, Jae-eun, Reina, Mariam, Fionn, Christina, and Fong, She thanks them for their friendship, support, and WhatsApp banters. To her high school friends, and she thanks them for their love and support throughout many years of friendship. Finally, to her best friend and #1 cheerleader, Mr. Oscar Tang, the petitioner thanks him for sharing in her joys and success on good days and for his wisdom and understanding on the not so good days. He has always been her biggest supporter and most trusted confidant, without whom she would never have made it in life through the past 6 years. Finally, to end her speech, the petitioner thanks the younger version of herself for always trying and giving her best in everything, no matter how unattainable it may seem. She quotes from Michael Scott, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Yang Arif, saya percaya bahawa semua surat cara pempetition adalah sempurna dan teratur. Saya juga percaya bahawa pempetition adalah seorang yang berkelayakan menurut Akta Profession Undang-Undang 1976 dan bahawa rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili semua badan-badan yang berkenaan tidak mempunyai sebarang bantahan. Oleh demikian, Yang Arif, saya mohon suatu perintah dikeluarkan oleh Yang Arif supaya pempetisyen Jacqueline Yong Suk K dapat diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai seorang peguam cara dan peguam bela di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Dengan izin Yang Arif.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Peguam Negeri tak ada bantahan Yang Arif.
Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tidak ada sebarang bantahan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur juga tiada bantahan.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Jacqueline Yong Suk K sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Jacqueline Yong Suk K dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Dengan izin Yang Arif, di sesi Mahkamah yang mulia ini, saya memohon kebenaran untuk pempetisyen menyarungkan jubahnya sendiri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Congratulations Miss Yong dan thank you Encik Muhammad Farizal Farhan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Pempetisyen ke-6 WA-18-1099-09/2021 Syafiqah Safa binti Abdul Hadi.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya
Yes.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya S. Mala, Peguam Pengusul bagi pihak Pempetisyen Syafiqah Safa binti Abdul Hadi. Juga hadir pada pagi ini bersama-sama saya adalah rakan-rakan pihak badan yang telah diperkenalkan terlebih dahulu, tetapi kini Encik Wira Premananda akan menyebut bagi pihak Majlis Peguam Malaysia.
Nah, Ya Arif.
Yang Arif, sebelum saya mengusulkan pendengaran permohonan pempetisyen untuk diterima masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya, izinkan saya memberi sepatah dua kata berkenaan dengan latar belakang pempetisyen terlebih dahulu. Pempetisyen Syafiqah Safa binti Abdul Hadi dilahirkan pada 19 April 1995 di Pontian, Johor. Pempetisyen merupakan anak ketiga daripada 7 orang adik-beradik kepada pasangan Encik Abdul Hadi bin Masuk dan Puan Mahami binti Basir. Pempetisyen menerima pendidikan awal di Sekolah Rendah Islam Al-Tafiz dan pendidikan menengah di Sekolah Menengah Islam Al-Tafiz, Pasir Gudang, Johor. Setelah tamat persekolahan, pempetisyen telah melanjutkan pelajaran dalam jurusan undang-undang di Universiti Islam Antarabangsa Malaysia dan memperolehi ijazah sarjana muda undang-undang dengan kepujian pada tahun 2019 dan juga ijazah sarjana muda undang-undang syariah dalam tahun 2020. Setelah menamatkan pengajian, Pempetisyen telah memulakan latihan dalam kamar di Tetuan HY Mah and Associates di bawah pengajaran dan bimbingan Puan Aliza Binti Abdul Samad alias Haji Abdul Samad. Yang Arif, di kesempatan ini, Pempetisyen ingin merakamkan setinggi-tinggi penghargaan kepada beberapa pihak, terutamanya kepada ayah dan ibu Pempetisyen yang teristimewa, Encik Abdul Hadi bin Maskon dan Puan Mahani binti Basir, di atas segala pengorbanan dan kasih sayang yang mereka berikan. Begitu juga kepada seluruh ahli keluarga Pempetisyen yang sentiasa membantu dan menyokong Pempetisyen sehingga ke hari ini. Pempetisyen ingin memberi penghargaan kepada pengajar beliau, Puan Aliza binti Abdul Samad bin Ali Haji Abdul Samad, yang telah banyak membimbing, mendidik dan memberikan tunjuk ajar kepada Pempetisyen dengan penuh gigih dan sabar dalam bidang kepeguaman dan undang-undang sepanjang Pempetisyen menjalani latihan di bawah pengajaran beliau. Pempetisyen juga ingin mengucapkan jutaan terima kasih kepada Encik James Ma, Cik Nix, Cik Yap, Cik Nur Hasana, Cik Mahani dan Cik Miki serta warga kerja lain di Tetuan HY Ma dan Associates yang telah banyak memberi tunjuk ajar dan bimbingan kepada Pempetisyen sepanjang tempoh latihannya. Segala perkongsian ilmu dan pengalaman amatlah dihargai. Seterusnya kepada insan tercinta suami Pempetisyen, Encik Tengku Ahmad Syukran Iman Daniel bin Ku Yusof, di atas sokongan dan dorongan penuh beliau sepanjang perjalanan tempoh latihan dalam kamar. Di kesempatan ini juga Pempetisyen juga ingin mengucapkan setinggi-tinggi ucapan terima kasih kepada rakan-rakan Pempetisyen, terutama sekali Nusyaba, Nurul Ashikin, Ainan Atira, Nur Wahida, Raskiman, sorry, I've got the names, I can't pronounce this one, Nurul Fatia, Nik Nur Hashimida, atas segala tunjuk ajar dan bantuan sepanjang Pempetisyen menjalani latihan dalam karma. Sekalung penghargaan juga diberikan kepada semua guru dan pencara yang telah mengajar Pempetisyen serta sahabat-sahabat seperjuangan Pempetisyen yang lain. Setelah merujuk dokumen-dokumen Pempetisyen, saya percaya bahawa dokumen dan surat cara Pempetisyen adalah sempurna dan teratur. Saya juga percaya bahawa Pempetisyen adalah seorang yang berkelayakan menurut Akta Profesional Undang-Undang 1976 dan bahawa rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili badan-badan berkenaan juga tidak ada sebarang bantahan terhadap permohonan Pempetisyen ini. Oleh yang demikian, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kepada Mahkamah yang mulia ini untuk suatu perintah agar Pempetisyen Syafiqah Safa binti Abdul Hadi diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Mohon diperkenalkan.
Dengan izinnya Arif, Peguam Negara tak ada bantahannya Arif.
Dengan izinnya Arif, Wira Primananda menyebut bagi pihak Majlis Peguam mengesahkan bahawa Majlis Peguam tiada bantahan dan jawatan kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur juga tiada bantahan, Puan. Terima kasih. Ya Arif, terima kasih.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Syafiqah Safa binti Abdul Hadi sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Syafiqah Safa binti Abdul Hadi dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Yang Arif, dipohon keizinan untuk Pempetisyen menyarungkan jubahnya.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Terima
Tahniah.
kasih Yang Arif.
Tahniah Syafiqah Safa, and thank you Miss S. Malar, you did very well, I must say.
Much obliged Yang Arif.
Petition ke-7 WA-18-11-1121-09/2021 Siti Zulaika binti Zulkifli.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Siti Zulaika binti Zulkifli, petition ke-7.
Yes.
Dengan izin dan segala hormatnya Yang Arif, nama saya Khairul Aiman. Saya ialah peguam pengusul yang hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen ke-7, Siti Zulaika binti Zulkifli, Yang Arif. Bersama-sama dengan saya adalah rakan-rakan yang bijaksana yang mewakili pihak Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun diperkenalkan kepada Yang Arif sebentar tadi. Sebelum saya mengusulkan pendengaran permohonan Pempetisyen yang memohon untuk diterima masuk sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya, izinkan saya untuk memperkenalkan Pempetisyen terlebih dahulu. Yang Arif, Pempetisyen merupakan anak bongsu kepada pasangan Encik Zulkifli bin Abdul Karim dan Puan Nur Asyah binti Abdul Rashid. Beliau dilahirkan di Kuala Lumpur dan dibesarkan di Port Dickson Negeri Sembilan. Beliau merupakan bekas pelajar Kolej Tunku Kursiah TKC dari tahun 2011 sehingga tahun 2015. Demi merealisasikan cita-cita bapanya yang tidak kesampaian untuk menjadi seorang peguam, Pempetisyen telah menyambung pengajian beliau dalam bidang undang-undang di Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. Semasa di zaman sekolah beliau, Pempetisyen bergiat aktif dalam pasukan tarian sekolah, pasukan rugby sentuh, dan beliau merupakan penolong ketua rumah pada tahun 2015. Beliau juga tidak kurang aktifnya semasa berada di universiti, bila mana beliau aktif dalam aktiviti-aktiviti berpersatuan dan beliau merupakan timbalan Presiden Persatuan Mahasiswa Fakulti Undang-Undang bagi sesi 2019 dan 2020. Beliau telah tamat pengajian pada tahun 2021 dan telah dianugerahkan Anugerah Tun Azmi Foundation. Pempetisyen telah menimba ilmu dan pengalaman sebagai pelatih dalam kamar selama 9 bulan di Tetuan Ganhur Razlan Hadri di bawah tunjuk ajar dan bimbingan daripada Encik Muhammad Apandi bin Muhammad Yatim. Sepanjang tempoh masa beliau berada di sana, Pempetisyen telah diberikan peluang untuk mengendalikan secara peribadi beberapa perbicaraan penuh di hadapan magistrate bagi kes-kes kemalangan jalan raya. Beliau juga telah diberikan pendedahan untuk membantu peguam cara lain dalam kes-kes civil seperti medical negligence, debt recovery dan lain-lain. Pempetisyen ingin mendedikasikan hari yang penuh makna ini kepada kedua ibu bapa beliau, Encik Zulkifli dan Puan Nur Asyah, dan Pempetisyen ingin berterima kasih atas segala jasa dan budi yang ditaburkan dalam membesarkan Pempetisyen sehingga hari ini. Pempetisyen ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada adik-beradik serta ahli keluarga Pempetisyen yang sentiasa menceriakan hari-hari Pempetisyen. Pempetisyen juga ingin mengucapkan jutaan terima kasih kepada peguam pengajar beliau, Encik Muhammad Apandi, kerana telah mempercayai Pempetisyen dan memberikan tunjuk ajar yang jitu sepanjang tempoh 9 bulan beliau berada di bawah bimbingannya. Terima kasih yang tidak teramat juga diucapkan kepada kesemua peguam-peguam dan juga staf-staf sokongan di Tetuan Ganhur Razlan Hadri yang sudi menerima dan membantu mengajar Pempetisyen di sana. Kepada Puan Suryawati binti Haji Syawal, Encik Razman Abdul Rahim dan Puan Afika Rifhan, terima kasih di atas segala nasihat dan bimbingan yang diberikan yang telah membentuk Pempetisyen sebagaimana Pempetisyen pada hari ini. Di kesempatan yang ada ini juga Yang Arif, Pempetisyen ingin berterima kasih kepada insan-insan yang banyak membantu beliau dan menyokong Pempetisyen dari zaman muda-budi di TKC sehingga ke hari ini. Anda tahu siapa anda, dan yang paling setia sekali, Encik Muhammad Abdul Yazid. Yang Arif, saya percaya bahawa Pempetisyen adalah seorang yang berkelayakan menurut Akta Profesion Undang-Undang 1976 dan saya percaya bahawa semua surat cara adalah berada dalam keadaan sempurna dan teratur. Saya juga percaya bahawa rakan-rakan bijaksana saya tiada bantahan terhadap permohonan ini dan oleh hal yang demikian, saya dengan rendah diri memohon agar Pempetisyen Siti Zulaika binti Zulkifli diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Saya dengan rendah diri memohon perintah seperti yang dipohon, Yang Arif.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Peguam Negara tak ada bantahan Yang Arif.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tidak ada sebarang bantahan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur juga tiada bantahan.
Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Siti Zulaikha Zulkifli sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Siti Zulaikha Zulkifli dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Sekiranya dibenarkan oleh Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini, Peguam Cara Pelatih berada bersama-sama dengan Pempetisyen. Jika dibenarkan, saya pohon untuk beliau dijubahkan oleh Peguam Cara Pelatih beliau Yang Arif. Dengan izin Mahkamah.
Dipersilakan. Terima kasih Arif. Congratulations Cik Siti Zulaikha and terima kasih Encik Khairul Aiman.
Terima kasih Arif.
Dengan ini, saya menjemput Yang Arif Hakim untuk memberikan ucapan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Cik Naila binti Datuk Seri Syamsul Bahari, Peguam Persekutuan yang mewakili Yang Berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Cik S. Malar, Wakil Majlis Peguam Malaysia, Encik Wira Primananda, Wakil Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur, para peguam pengusul yang bijaksana, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang saya hormati sekalian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat sejahtera. Let me begin by expressing my sincere thanks to all the movers, the representatives from the AGC, the Bar Council, as well as the Bar Committee for taking your time off to be with us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I must say the long call proceedings have always lifted my spirit when I see the faces of the young and promising new lawyers and to hear their impressive resumes. The future is definitely bright for the legal profession. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to address the new advocates and solicitors of the High Court of Malaya. Firstly, I hope Ms. Tanzini, you're all right now? Yes? All right. Drink a lot of water. Yes? And take loads of vitamin C's. All right? I think she fainted or she almost fainted just now. Yes? But thank God you have already been admitted. All right? You have a good rest after this.
Okay, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe today is an important and auspicious occasion for all of you who have just been called to the bar minutes ago. Let me be among the first to congratulate you on your success. You have passed all your examinations and survived 9 months of chambering. You are now about to take the first step in your professional career. Being called to the bar, they say, is a culmination of years of hard work, dedication and commitment on your part, and not forgetting the sacrifice of your parents in supporting you emotionally and financially over the years. Please take this as an order of the court today. Never forget your parents' sacrifices. I can imagine the pride in your parents' faces this morning, and I must say they are justified and own that pride. As they, especially as they have sacrificed a lot to see you where you are today. Remember this, the first rule to be successful in life is you must always be grateful and kind to your parents. Kepada para ibu bapa Pempetisyen, hari ini sebenarnya adalah hari kejayaan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Tahniah saya ucapkan. Ladies and gentlemen, being called to the bar is an important milestone in your life. It is a significant rite of passage for lawyers. No other profession inducts its newest members with as much ceremony and dignity as ours. So savor this moment and be ready to face the challenges awaiting out there for you. Profession undang-undang adalah satu profession yang unik. Rakyat memandang kepada peguam untuk menegakkan keadilan, menghuraikan isu-isu perundangan, memastikan semua golongan masyarakat, tidak kira miskin atau kaya, akan dilayani sama rata di sisi undang-undang dan berhak mendapat perlindungan yang sama rata di sisi undang-undang serta mempertahankan perlembagaan dan memelihara kedaulatan undang-undang. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, you are about to enter into a noble and respected profession. Since the beginning of the civilized nation until today, this profession had been given great trust in their roles and responsibilities in implementing and upholding justice. Bear in mind and remember always that the ability to practice as an advocate and solicitor is not a right, but a privilege afforded by the legislation, i.e. the Legal Profession Act 1976. The law permits all aspects of citizens' life. A citizen lives in and by the law. It serves both as a sword and a shield. The law ensures that our right to life, to earn a living, to equality before the law, to punish crime, the right to vote, and to decide who our government will be, to cite a few examples. It serves as a foundation for the provision and delivery of justice. In a plural society as Malaysia, with its cultural and religious diversity, justice and law are paramount significant. Let me share with you a little bit about the judiciary. The judiciary as the third arm of government comprises the instrument through which the nebulous yet sacrosanct principles and values contained in the federal constitution are delivered to the citizen of the nation. Judges bring life to the law and justice. In particular, the judiciary and the judges serve to fulfill the needs of the society for justice through the interpretation and application of the laws of the country in accordance with the principles and values of the federal constitution. However, the judiciary and the individual judges are not the entire repository of justice. They are neither the sole guardians nor custodians of justice within the justice system. As Fali Nariman, the renowned jury, stated, and I quote, "If an independent judiciary is the backbone of the rule of law, as it has been often described, then an independent legal profession is the catalyst that helps achieve it." Unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, you have chosen to be part of the justice system. So, lawyers as guardians of the law play a vital role in the preservation of the society. This fulfillment of role requires an understanding by lawyers of their relationship with the functions in our legal system. They are first and foremost officers of the court. Now, this is a role of paramount importance within the justice system because lawyers assist the court to arrive at a just decision. It is the lawyer who sets out the factual basis for a dispute, the complaint of his client, who conducts the trial in accordance with the principles of natural justice, and significantly provides guidance to the court in relation to the law. In undertaking these duties, a lawyer's primary and overriding duty is owed to the court. It is therefore of fundamental importance for lawyers to comprehend and accept that while they are agents for their clients who pay them for the work they undertake, their cardinal role is to ensure that their presentation of their client's case is in accordance with the law, honest, relevant, and of sufficient competence to assist a court. In short, lawyers are constrained to maintain the highest standard of ethical conduct. If they fail to abide by these fundamental duties, there is a direct and immediate consequence, namely that the administration of justice is undermined. Remember, if we desire respect of the law, we must first make the law respectable. Ladies and gentlemen, with this first step today, you are embarking on a long professional journey. There will be many roadblocks and obstacles along the way, but you must never lose sight of your destination. Long distance runners, they say, must have strength, courage, and stamina to complete the course. As the saying goes, lawyers never die. They just lose their cases. So everything new is a challenge, and to the ambitious, everything is a challenge to overcome, because whatever challenges you face are actually excellent opportunities for you to become great. Yes, so life is about accepting challenges along the way, choosing to keep moving forward, and savoring the journey. Let me remind you the simple virtues that a lawyer must have. Number one, patience and hard work. Of all the people in the world, you have to do more reading. You are the one to have to do more speaking, more research, more writing. You will realize that you alone will have to wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning to munch the facts of your case and the authorities whilst your loved ones will be sound asleep. So, but at the end of the day, you will know. You will know where the mountain peaks are, you will know where the cliffs are, and you will know where the ravines are. But it is only when you are thoroughly familiar with the facts of the case that you have the confidence to appear before the court. And the court will know if you're prepared for your case. It is said that you don't have a second opportunity to make a first impression. And that's very true. Integrity and honesty. Integrity and honesty are what you do when nobody is watching. Be completely trustworthy. May your word be your bond. Ours is a profession in which much is entrusted to us, especially money. And we must always be found worthy of the trust that has been imposed on us. Humility. Humility leads to a balanced perspective and a focus on lawyering as just one of many callings on individuals' behalf. This is certainly a valid and meritorious statement that most lawyers should remember. Do not regard legal practice merely as a commercial venture. If this narrow motivation is not checked and allowed to spread, the profession will one day consist of members who are no different from the ordinary salesman who sells goods or services for money's worth and nothing else. You and I must continue to enhance our legal knowledge, notwithstanding how old and young we are. So don't be pushed around by your fears in your mind. Be led by the dreams in your heart. You will have your fair share of successes and failures in court. You must persevere till the end. Learn to press on and refuse to let your failures define you. It is said the most fulfilled people in the world are those who use their skills and talents to help people in need. And in the legal profession, you will have many opportunities to do this. Jika anda berhasrat untuk berjaya, jangan hanya memandang kepada tangga, tetapi belajarlah untuk menaiki tangga tersebut. Tiada jalan singkat untuk berjaya, tiada jalan mudah untuk bahagia, tiada jalan senang untuk gembira, semuanya memerlukan usaha. And this is for you and me. Padi digiling menjadi beras, malam gelap nyalakan pelita. Mari kita bekerja keras untuk menggapai cita-cita. On behalf of the entire bench and everyone in this virtual courtroom, I extend to all of you and your parents again, our heartfelt congratulations, and I wish you the best of luck. I am confident that you will strive to achieve excellence in the performance of your obligations and duties at the bar. I am also confident that you will respect each other at the bar. Wear those robes that you have just put on with pride and dignity. Welcome to the arena and hope to see you in court one day as learned counsels. Ladies and gentlemen, for your kind attendance and attention, I thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and have a pleasant and blessed Friday.
Ya Arif, sesi bergambar ya Arif. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan diminta bersedia untuk sesi bergambar bersama Ya Arif Hakim. Encik Said dari BTN. Encik Said. Encik Said dari BTN, sesi bergambar. Okey. M4 ada masalah. Ya betul.
Ya. Thank you, everybody. Miss Tan, drink a lot of water. Yes?
Okay. Terima kasih saya ucapkan kepada